Hello friends and welcome to Picture Astrology. Today we have a very interesting position to discuss, that is Jupiter in the second house of Scorpio for Libra Ascendant. And I said interesting because Jupiter naturally is the biggest benefic planet, arguably. But for the Libra Ascendant, Jupiter becomes functionally the biggest malefic. So we have a clear contradiction. Jupiter on one hand has a property of benefic, on the other hand it is a highly malefic also. So we will see how to merge these two together. This is one of the most mysterious questions in astrology, and we will see how we can solve that question. At the same time, we will also see the effects of this position on your monetary situation, on the amount of money you earn or accumulate, and also effects on your family life. We will also see how this position affects your health and marriage situation, among other things. So we have a Libra Ascendant horoscope. In this case, Jupiter, because it is the owner of Sagittarius and Pisces sign, Jupiter becomes Lord of 3rd and 6th houses. And both of these houses, the 3rd house and 6th house, are considered very malefic houses in Vedic astrology. And the Lord of these houses becomes a malefic. So we have a benefic Jupiter, naturally benefic Jupiter, who has turned malefic for this horoscope. And its position in the 2nd house, which represents your family, what it shows is, number one, that generally person is born in a large family, or there are many family members in the family, and the person or native is really devoted to them. He loves to take care of them, and he also gets the responsibility to provide for the family or take care of the family in some way. Either it could be financial or emotional support, or very commonly, what happens is that the person is the eldest member of the family and he helps the younger siblings in education or settling them in career or in life in some ways. So those family responsibilities sometimes from an early age is a common occurring for this kind of placement. So remember, this kind of Jupiter placement kind of shows a person who is chosen to help the family. And so many times what happens is, when you get a lot of responsibility, you might feel pressurized and frustrated at times, but remember, this Jupiter position also will make sure that you will find ways and means to support the family, which will be very beneficial for all of you, later in life. So second house is also the house of your money, or the money you earn and accumulate. So since Jupiter is a benefic planet, it will give you opportunities and chances to earn money, but initially you will have to spend that money on your family and get them settled, and slowly with time you yourself as well as your family will prosper together. Now coming to food habits. Now Jupiter represents sweet, anything sweet, or sweet food, desserts, spice, etc. And Jupiter's presence here kind of gives a tendency to eat a lot, not just eat a lot, eat a lot of sweets. And remember, Jupiter is Lord of 6th house. 6th house is generally house which shows the kind of diseases or medical problems you might face in life. So because of eating a lot of sweets, you can develop certain medical complications or problems. So this tendency, if you can curb or at least control in some way from early in life, it can help you immensely fight a lot of your health related problems. And I will also suggest you a nice remedy for this health kind of issues which you can have because of excess eating of sweet at the end of the video. Now, second house is also the house of your speech or your voice or things you speak. And Jupiter's position makes you a person who is very honest. So you tend to always speak truth, which is a great thing. But remember, speaking truth is good, but truth could be hurtful also. And especially in your case, because Jupiter is Lord of 6th and 3rd house, some of the malefic houses. So you have a good voice, probably you are very honest, you have good communication skills also, but the manner in which you speak and the manner in which you say sometimes could be hurtful to others. You will speak the truth, but you might end up hurting people because of that. And another thing which happens is Jupiter is the planet of philosophy. So sometimes the way you speak, people might think that you are being really arrogant or you're being egoistic. Jupiter is a planet which, if you see as a planet, it does not have any surface. It is actually a big ball of gas. So when that planet affects your speech or everyday communication, you might, instead of being terse and to the point, you might speak in a philosophical manner or in a very abstract manner, not really direct. And because of that abstract manner, because of a lot of philosophical nature, it can turn out that others feel you are being egoistic, and that can actually make you more enemies. Remember, 6th house is the house of enemies also. So you can, or you have a tendency, or this position gives you a tendency to make enemies because of the way you speak. So please try and take care of that behavioral aspect as well. Now let's talk about the 3rd, 6th and 10th house together. So Jupiter is Lord of the 3rd and 6th house, and 3rd house kind of shows your courage. It is the, in Vedic astrology, it is called the house of courage or your initiative taking. 6th house definitely shows your hard work, and Jupiter has a direct aspect on the 10th house, which is the house of your work. So what this position of Jupiter in the 2nd house shows is that the person is capable of a lot of hard work, and that hard work is directed towards the work or the profession which the person chooses. And in his chosen profession, he works very hard, very diligently, truthfully, with all honesty. And because of that, he not only does well in the 10th house related areas, which is the work, makes a good name for himself, but because Jupiter is placed in the 2nd house, you will make good money because of it, and you will make good use of that money by helping your family as well. Now there are many other areas like 8th house related areas, because Jupiter has aspect here. So like longevity, life force, they are generally okay or good. So I'm not really going into deep into that. I'll directly come to 2 remedies. Now first is a behavioral remedy or a behavior to look after or correct. Now Jupiter is Lord of 6th house, which shows your, so 6th house represents the debts you have or the repayment of any kind you have to do in this life. So now again, Jupiter is a benefic planet, so generally people with this placement do not have many debts, or do not have a lot of repayment to do, but whatever little you have, you might have borrowed some money from your friend, or you might have even borrowed like books from library, just return them on time. You tend to have inclination of procrastination. Oh, we'll return it, it's not so important, but try and avoid it. Anything, however small or insignificant you think that thing is, if you have to return or repay to somebody, try and do it on time. It is a very good remedy for this placement. The other thing which is related to your health, we talked about that how this position can make you have a big sweet tooth, and you can have related complications. So obviously, one, try and be careful with that habit, especially avoid bananas and milk products, because Jupiter kind of represents milk, and try and make turmeric, little bit turmeric, at the end of the day or end of the night, just a pinch of it in water, or lukewarm water, can do wonders for your health, because of any complications of this placement. So my dear friends, this was my quick analysis of Jupiter in the second house in the sign of Scorpio for Libra Ascendant. I hope you liked it, and please do share your comments, your suggestions. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and I will be back again with a more interesting video. Thank you so much.